Every heart carries a whisper that only silence can hear. It's not a sound, but a pull, a quiet ache that stirs when the world falls away. We live in a storm of voices, each demanding our attention. Yet beneath this noise, there's a presence waiting for us to pause and listen. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's a sacred encounter with the self. In its embrace, we meet the parts of us we've long ignored. The modern world celebrates connection, but it often drowns our inner voice. To know ourselves, we must step away from the crowd. Imagine sitting alone, no phone, no distractions, just your breath. In that stillness, what truths would rise to meet you? We fear silence because it strips us bare. Without roles or masks, we're left with the raw essence of who we are. Rumi, the mystic poet, saw solitude as a gateway to the divine. He believed it's where the soul begins to speak. In quiet moments, the stories we tell ourselves unravel. We see the fears, hopes, and wounds we've carried in secret. This unraveling isn't easy. It demands courage to face the shadow. Yet only by meeting it can we uncover what's eternal within. The self we perform for others fades in solitude's mirror. What remains is the witness, the one who sees without judgment. This witness doesn't chase or cling. It simply is. To touch it is to touch the root of existence itself. We're taught to fill every moment with action or noise, but in emptiness we find a fullness that nothing external can match. Solitude reveals the paradox of our longing for connection. How can we truly meet another if we've never met ourselves? In the stillness, we learn to forgive, not just others, but the parts of us we've rejected. This forgiveness is the birthplace of peace. Rumi wrote, "Beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right-doing there is a field. That field is the silence where all opposites dissolve. Yet silence can be daunting, a vast unknown that feels like falling. To stay present in it is to trust the unseen. This trust transforms the void from a place of fear to a womb of rebirth. What emerges is not new, but remembered. The void isn't empty, it's alive with the pulse of being. It holds us when we let go of who we think we are. In this surrender, we glimpse the eternal, a light that doesn't flicker. It's not found in seeking, but in stopping. We're conditioned to define ourselves by stories and roles. The void asks us to release them and become nameless. This namelessness isn't loss, it's liberation from the weight of illusion. What's left is the truth that needs no name. Rumi danced in this truth, spinning until self dissolved into presence. His whirling was a prayer, a return to the now. Presence isn't a destination, it's a state of being fully here. It's seeing the sacred in the ordinary, a leaf, a glance, a breath. To live in presence is to notice the subtle betrayals of our truth. How often do we abandon the moment for the past or future? Yet presence doesn't judge these wanderings. It invites us back. Each return deepens our intimacy with life. The world becomes a mirror when we're present, reflecting our essence. Every interaction, every pain, becomes a teacher. This mirroring isn't always gentle, it shows us our shadows too. But in seeing them, we reclaim what we've disowned. Presence turns washing dishes into a meditation, a moment of communion. It makes every act an offering to the divine. Rumi saw the divine not as distant, but as the fabric of existence. To him, every breath was a conversation with the beloved. The beloved isn't a person or a deity. It's the love woven into all things. It's what remains when we stop running from ourselves. This love doesn't demand or possess, it simply sees. To feel it is to know we've never been separate from it. Yet the path to this love often passes through fire. Loss, longing, and breaking are its chisels, carving away the false. Longing, Rumi taught, is the soul's call to return home. It's not a lack, but a bridge to what's already within. We search for the beloved in others, in achievements, in places. But it's always been here, waiting in the heart's quiet center. To find it, we must enter our vulnerability with reverence. Every wall around our heart keeps love out as much as it protects. This opening isn't a one-time event. It's a practice of softening. Each tear, each surrender, widens the door. The beloved speaks in moments of causeless peace, in breaths that feel like home. It's a presence that needs no explanation. When we touch this love, we move differently, less grasping, more radiant. We become vessels for what we've uncovered. Life stops being a series of demands and becomes a dance. Even sorrow joins the rhythm, sacred in its own way. Rumi's poetry was a map to this dance, a guide to dissolving separation. He saw the beloved in every face, every pain, every joy. To live as he did is to become transparent, letting love shine through. It's to exist as an offering, not a defense. This transparency doesn't mean perfection, it means authenticity. It's showing up, flaws and all, with an open heart. The journey inward doesn't end in solitude or presence, it flows outward. Love, once awakened, longs to be shared. This sharing isn't grand gestures but small acts of presence. Listening, seeing, holding space. These are love's language. To carry this love into the world is to live as a quiet flame. It warms without burning, heals without forcing. Every person we meet becomes a mirror of the beloved. In their eyes, we see the same light that lives in us. This is the paradox. The deeper we go within, the more we connect without. Solitude births a communion that transcends separation. Rumi's invitation was to meet in the field beyond opposites. It's a place where we're neither seeker nor sought, just one. To live from this place is to walk slowly, to listen deeply. It's to let life unfold without needing to control it. The world doesn't change, but our seeing does. A cup, a stranger, a moment. They all become sacred when we're awake. This awakening isn't a peak to reach, but a depth to settle into. It's a quiet vow to return to presence again and again. And so we stand here, not at an end, but a beginning. What will you carry forward from this silence, this love, this truth? Will you pause each day to listen to the whisper within? Can you trust that the beloved is closer than your breath?